As we near the 2-month mark of the stay-at-home order, I have reflected on my behavior during this time in isolation, and if it was what I expected. Coming into quarantine, I really didn't think I could get any more lazy than I already was. Turns out I was wrong. I think I've spent a majority of my time at home, curled up in a blanket, doing one of three things. Going on my phone, which probably takes up the most time, doing homework, always last minute of course, and eating food, which are all unhealthy options, obviously. It's not all bad though. I mean, pretty sure I was already doing these things before quarantine anyway. Although I was looking at my screen time for the past few weeks, boy, it's embarrassing. Besides the truly shameful amount of hours I spent on TikTok, I've been watching a bunch of movies, as well as videos on YouTube. I mean, I guess it's a blessing in disguise that I've had all this free time because, I'm finally getting around to watching movies that I've wanted to watch for months now. Though I've hardly made a dent in my 100-item list. As for YouTube, I've been watching hours, and hours of this gourmet baking show. I like to pretend that I know what they're talking about, even though my one attempt at baking ended in a sad plate of shitty brownies. That's probably the most productive I've been all break. Needless to say, my family's very concerned for my well-being. I just hope that things can return back to normal after this ends. Although, I guess I wouldn't have to change much.
Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another quarantine vlog. It's day 72 of quarantine. I just ate a corn dog, again. It's like the third one today. I swear to God, I have never eaten so many corn dogs in a 2.5-month period of time before now. I'm like kind of starting to feel sick. To explain why I'm eating so many corn dogs, my family stocked up on frozen corn dogs before the stay-at-home order, because no one wanted the frozen corn dogs at the grocery store, right? So my family was like, we'll take the frozen corn dogs. So we got them, and we haven't been able to go to the store since. So now all we have is corn dogs. Yeah, so we've been stuck eating those for so long. I swear, they're like infiltrating my life. I'm seeing them everywhere. I look to my left, there's corn dogs. I look to my right, there's corn dogs. I look behind me, there's corn dogs. I go to sleep, there are corn dogs behind my eyelids. I breathe, and I feel corn dogs. It's like oxygen, but it sucks. Oh, and we got a nice trash bag full of the little corn dog sticks. We could probably build another house out of those. That's not a bad idea, actually. I should do that. It could be like a little vacation home, because we can't leave this one, so be like a corn dog. Oh, this bit is stupid. Whatever. Shut up. Shut up. I think this is worse than the virus. I might just go out and get coronavirus instead of this. Sure, I might die, but at least I don't have to inhale the grease of corn dogs every moment of my life. I think I'm going insane. Well, I guess that concludes today's vlog. See you next time, guys. Maybe I'll have more corn dogs for you guys. Maybe I'll do like a little mukbang. This is so stupid. I'm gonna See you guys in the next vlog. If there is a next vlog. I'm gonna cry.
I started watching the show again. I watched it when I was 6. But since this quarantine, I found it free on YouTube and have been watching a lot in my free time, which is most of the time now, which is not necessarily a good thing per se, but now I've got a lot of it on my hands and there really isn't much to do, so I've been watching a lot of shows and movies that I thought I knew and loved from my past, but I can't get past how much Timmy goes on and on about everything. I mean, he, as a 10-year-old child, is friends with superheroes, can travel to the past and future, and has the freedom to do what he wants and go outside instead of being cooped up all the time like a pathetic little princess in a tower, guarded by a dragon, or waiting for a knight in shining armor to rescue her, but the knight is actually the government who isn't doing anything, and the dragon is actually an infectious disease that kills people slowly and spreads really easily, so we all have to stay inside. But anyways, Timmy Turner can go to hell with his magical personnel. All he does is complain to Wanda and Cosmo, who are just doing their jobs, but found a way to actually care for this kid who wants his babysitter Vicky to go die in a hole. And I get it, evil is evil, and I work with kids, so I should understand and give him a little respect, a little slack, but now I sort of understand where Vicky's coming from. But Timmy Turner has a pretty okay life with a house, food, and some good times. But mostly, and definitely the thing I crave most in the world at this current moment in time, and I don't know why I'm jealous of this 10-year-old cartoon character from a show that hasn't been on in several years now, is the legal ability to go outside. But now I realize that Timmy's an asshole because he gets bullied by almost everyone he meets. And that in reality, he's just an average kid that no one understands, and his mom and dad and babysitter Vicky are always giving him commands, and he sits in the doom and gloom up in his room, which is broken instantly by his magic little fish who grant his every wish, because in reality, they are his odd parents, his fairly odd parents with wands and wings and floaty crowny things, and it really flips you on your lid when you're a kid with fairly odd parents.
Gather round, children, it's story time. Frankie, please sit down. Oh, no biting. Okay. Now remember, children, this is a true story. Once upon a time, there once was a year called Opposite Day, where sleeping was heroic and no one hugged when they said hey. Day turned to night as time slowly died, no longer a monarch but a very rough guide. As touching was a curse, kind became cruel. If neighbors dropped their bags, you kindly let them unspool. Where protesters were the enemy, marching up and down with ease, pleading for freedom before running to the hospitals rife with disease. The shelves all were bare, save for Corona beer and vegan food. You wiped your ass, with money, and wasted money on online tools. Depression was rampant, everyone all alone. The place you detested most was your very own home. One and all with a hobby, to knit or paint or lobby, everyone secretly bored but all acting snobby. Where infants were invincible, and grown men in harm's way, where every day was the same, and even non-believers pray. All I can say is that I hope we never go back. If it ever comes again, I'll stock up on more crack. The end.
The other day I fell into one of those rabbit holes on the internet. You know, when you click one thing, and then it leads you to another random site, which leads you to some random video, and then the next thing you know, you're reading some random article about penguins. Now I can't say I'm very interested in penguins, but did you know that these penguins will leave their newly laid eggs with their mate and travel something like 50 miles just to get food? Now, when I read that, the first thing I thought about was the grocery store. You see, I work there, and since the pandemic started, people have been going kind of wild, especially the moms. So, going into work these days is kind of like stepping into the jungle or something. These moms will huddle up their families like a football team ready to start a game, and then bark orders like a QB. Then, just like the penguins from earlier, she'll make her risky descent into the fruit and vegetable section, leaving her helpless mate and young to fend off any predators. The mother will eventually return, cart full of resources for her young, and her mate looking relieved yet slightly frightened. I observe as she pushes another mom's chick to the ground in order to get a better spot in the checkout line. When she reaches the front of the line, I greet her with our motto. Hope you had a swell time shopping, ma'am. Thank you for choosing Paul's Produce. And she glares at me. And then one of her chicks calls out to her, Mommy, may I get this? And she screeches back, No, Samuel, you may not. So I finish ringing them up. And then I watch them leave the store, and she immediately commands her mate to pull up the minivan. He complies swiftly and waddles out of frame. And then I think to myself, man, I should have gone to college.
What's my name? Lucy? That's a funny name. Hospital? Why? Mom, I don't want to be here. Anesthesia? I'm on drugs? Are the doctors on drugs too? My knee hurts. I got screws in my knees. How am I gonna get through the security at the airport? Hush. My brother had surgery too? Where is he? He's right across from me. Jacob? Is he sleeping? Jacob, wake up. I know you're there. I know you're awake. So stop ignoring me. Jacob, just wake up. Jacob, I swear to God, if you don't wake up, I'm gonna tell Mom and Dad what you did. Jacob, just wake up. Wake up, Jacob. We're gonna get ice cream? After we get out of here? Jacob, did you just hear that? We're gonna get ice cream. Jacob, wake up. Jacob, why wouldn't you wake up? What? His breathing is slowing down? Why? It's because of the anesthesia? Jacob, please just wake up. Just wake up. I don't want him to die. Wake him up. Help him. Please just wake him up. I don't want him to die. Please just wake up.
It all began one sunny day. At first, it had seemed like good fortune had finally befallen me, the ruler of the kingdom, Introversia. A sickness of some sort had reduced the number of classmates I had to endure in the torture called school. To my delight, the sickness even became so prominent that school closed for several weeks. Wonderful, I thought. I can now dedicate more time to my beloved subject, me! How foolish I was then. I settled on my throne to enjoy the peaceful solitude of my vast kingdom, when I was disrupted by loud footsteps heading my direction. A giant was making his way towards my throne, and as he stood tall before me, he informed me that this was not my throne, but his chair. I immediately disagreed, cautiously telling him that this was in fact my throne and my kingdom. Unfortunately, I was forced to renounce my throne and flee once the giant assured me in a loud voice that he paid for this kingdom, so it's his. And it only got worse from there. I sought shelter in a secret cavern to gather my thoughts, but the cursed sickness intended to destroy even that. My once dark and cozy closet, dedicated to endless YouTube and Reddit scrolling, was taken over by a person called Mom, who claimed that my fortress was really called a linen closet and that it really belonged to her. Despite attempting to vanquish Mom to another land, my spells seemed to have no effect on her. Curses! I had no choice but to retreat to a hideout on the outskirts of my kingdom. But alas, to my horror, I had been overtaken by the queen of a rival kingdom, Sister Topia. The evil sickness had forced the extroverted queen of Sister Topia to reside permanently in her kingdom. Her boredom led to greed, which led to the secret overtaking of part of my kingdom. Although I complained about this to Mom, I was told off for not sharing. This injustice caused me to fall into the depths of despair. But it was in this sorry state that I remembered my last hope. I had an ally in the west, King Little Brother of Fortnightland, who could help me vanquish the Queen of Sister Topia. I marched under the cover of the night with his troops until we finally came upon the Queen's castle. It was a bloody and violent battle that went on for many moons. But eventually, it was the Introversia flag that waved victorious. I was prepared to accept Sister Topia's defeat when I noticed the defeated queen weeping. Out of the pure kindness of my heart, I inquired why the queen was so sad. She responded sorrowfully that she missed the outdoors and her days traveling amidst the bees and flowers of Silent Meadows. She was sad that the sickness had tied her to her tiny kingdom, where she was forced to spend her days reading and sleeping. Although I did not understand her problem with my favorite activities, I did understand one thing. The sickness was both our enemies. And so, citizens of the three kingdoms, I come to you today through the power of some magic called Zoom to tell you that we share a common enemy, and it is within all of our best interests to band together and defeat it. I implore you, unsheathe your swords, don your armor, so that we may vanquish our true foe. So please, wash your hands, social distance yourself and your family. Do not touch your face, and above all, do not hoard the toilet paper. I fight with you, brothers.
It's currently midnight, date January 5th, 2025. My name's Astrid Hooks. I'm 23 years old. The virus known as coronavirus, COVID-19, whoever watches this video is calling it now, has officially taken over the world. I don't know where my family is, if they're even alive. I've been hiding in an underground bunker since the 5th wave of this virus, which was a year ago today. Second wave was definitely the most surprising because everyone thought it was getting better, but no. Anyone over the age of 70 dead. Or gone, whatever, disappeared. Third wave took out all technology. No internet, no way of fixing it. This drove people crazy. Made them say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going outside. Which led to another 3,000 deaths. Fourth wave. Shit went into the ground. All government workers, firefighters, police officers, any first responder, dead or disappeared. That's when it literally felt like the world was on fire. People went crazy and thought that meant no rules, which led to more deaths, or homicides, at least. More crime. Fifth wave is what killed my parents and everyone else's. All adults, pretty much, gone. Now I'm here. I don't think it will ever go back to normal. Or, honestly, if it does, it's never gonna be the same. But I will go outside one day again. Because there is no way in hell that I'm dying in this fucking bunker.
I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. Isn't that what we tell ourselves when things get tough? But I never thought the world would stop. It's crazy to think that when everything happens for a reason. The people who are dying, the people driven apart, it's like a sudden, beautiful reminder that we're all gonna die, that no one's immortal, that the universe is so much more powerful than we will ever withstand. What do you want me to say? That I'm sad that prom is canceled? That I'm going crazy, sitting at home, but no one expected any of us to be okay with this. It didn't come to a shock when people were upset. But there isn't a magic fix. We can try and run from it. We can use every science humanly possible in order to stop it. But in the end, humankind must find its balance. And everything was way too loud before. And now it must all be quiet. I wonder how much healing that the quiet will bring. And I wonder if we'll bring any of it with us when all the noise comes back.
Talk became FaceTime and plans became dreams. Life keeps on going, don't know what it means. Good times became memory, laughter is rare. Sometimes it feels like there's nobody there. Learning to play guitar on my own, we said that we'd do it together. Everything's moving too fast, moving too slow. You told me it would be okay this low. You promised me it would get better. All the days blend into nothing, I know. I really hate being alone. Dressed up to go nowhere, still laying in bed, wrapped up in my blankets, pulled over my head. And I really miss you, I can't even say. Hugs and adventures, or just lazy days. Learning to play guitar on my own, we said that we'd do it together. Everything's moving too fast, moving too slow.
This is log number 26, day 54 of the quarantine. I am headed northwest towards the highway. Think I'll be able to find some section there. It is 10:15 in the morning. I think I don't know what date it is, but run out of food and I'm almost out of water, so this is my last chance. I've been camping out here for the past 2 days, just trying to rest up, trying to keep the hopes high, and hope that I'll be able to make it back into civilization. I've annoyed my family to the point where I've gotten signs of them. I think they're actively hunting me. Do you hear that in the distance? I think that's the...
Oh, all right. If you think you're ready for it, then I will tell you all the story. So, the beginning. I remember when the rumors first started surfacing. For goodness sake, the year had hardly started, and talk of a new flu-like virus rang throughout the world like funeral bells. My friends and I never really took the rumors seriously and expected the buzz to fade away, to make room for the next high-selling headline. It wasn't until the nearby colleges closed their campuses that we started to worry. And before I knew it, our school was closed as well. Now, before you get all excited, a statewide shelter-in-place order was put in place. I don't think we were really ready to see something as drastic as that take place. Nevertheless, it was done. Now, the rules were, you weren't supposed to leave your house unless you had an essential reason, like the store or work, and if you had the option of working from home, you did. And the worst part? No gatherings. Everyone was confined to their own homes. The days blended together. There was no variety or excitement, and everything felt repetitive. Eventually, the TV ran out of shows, the refrigerator, food, and people, motivation. But it's important to remember I was very fortunate. I suppose we all are, in a sense. However, at the time, I lived in a place that was able to make sure that chaos didn't erupt and the majority of the people who got the virus were going to be okay. But in many other countries, that wasn't the case. My best friend lost 4 family members. Her country was overrun by fearful citizens. Stores were being broken into, violence took the streets, many people were dying. Yes, it was a dark time. But we're here now, and I have you beautiful grandchildren. And in my opinion, everything turned out quite all right.
It's funny, really. When you bring that gun to my head in a couple months or so, almost all of my people will be gone. Your ram that needle into your arm with joy, another country conquered, another people defeated, another moment taken advantage of. It's been pleasant living in this great big world of yours, but I do feel somewhat guilty. 16 seconds of fame at the expense of your well-being. We'll spend a little more time together. I'm not dead yet. But I can't help but wonder something. It's a struggle. You try quite hard to unify with each other. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And we may think that, you and I. But they don't. your leaders. They look down on you upon their plastic thrones, and they may hold out a helping hand if they dare, and help the huddled, cold and coughing masses. But think about that. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You live on your barren world as a husk of what you once were, craving the lifeblood of Earth with your vampiric drills and voracious stomachs, with saliva seeping from your dogged mouths in greedy excitement. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You know what? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You may feel lost and abandoned and undeserved of this ordeal, and initially I agreed with you. But discussing all of this, it simply kills my sympathy for your suffering. And of course you should feel that way. Of course you should feel the acid burning at your lungs, because that's us. And because we are the many, and you are the few. You should learn from us. We don't have a hierarchy, but we have a uniform goal. We don't have mouths, but we know each other's purpose. And we don't have individuals. We have trillions. And as you scrape our mother with your decrepit nails and sunken hearts, remember one more thing. You'll race to the finish line to create a cure for us. It'll be one country or another, but they'll realize something when they reach it. It'll be a faint itch at the back of their head, but it'll be there, gnawing away. And when you look down on your plastic thrones, the accomplished, the spared, the lucky few, you'll realize it. You may have created a vaccine for us, but we are the vaccine for you.
Dear toilet paper, what to say to you? You have been used, you have a soiled stain. When you took over the world I ran, and I bought 10 rolls. I'm contemplating social distancing. Domestic life was never quite my style. When I cough, the people run away from me. No mask, my mouth is free. COVID's growing rate is exponential. He's killing all the old. Damn, this dude's gotta fold. If we prove that acting is essential, the district will be sold. They'll give us back our rolls and I'll wipe my butt again. Someday, someday. Yeah, I'll wipe my butt again. Someday, someday.
Oh, all I hear is pounding in these walls. My balls, I have blue balls. Satisfaction's what I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now. Oh, Kleenex, you have saved me many times. 12 times in a while. I'll go again, and I look for it, but then my tissues weren't around.
I'll cough all over the ground.
I swear that I'll go to Costco soon. I'll buy provide whoever it takes.
Oh dang, Josh, look at those cakes.
We should have just done a monologue. COVID's growing rate is exponential. He's killing all the old. Damn, this dude's gotta fold. If we prove that acting is essential, that district will be sold. They'll give us back our roles and I'll wipe my butt again. Someday, someday. Yeah, I'll wipe my butt again. Someday, someday.
God, dude. Hello?
Hello, this is AT&T.
Is this AT&T?
Yes, this is AT&T.
This is AT&T.
Yes, this is AT&T.
Is this AT&T?
Yes, this is AT&T. May I speak to Mr. Sandhu, please?
May I ask who is calling?
This is AT&T!
Okay. Hold on. Hello?
Is this Mr. Sandhu?
May I ask who's calling, please?
Yes, this is AT&T.
Is this AT&T?
Yes, this is AT&T.
This is AT&T?
Yes, is this Mr. Sandhu?
Yes. Is this AT&T?
Yes, sir.
The phone company?
Yes, sir.
I thought you said this was AT&T.
Yes, sir, we are a phone company.
I already have a phone.
We aren't selling phones today, Mr. Sandhu.
Well, whatever it is, I'm not really interested. But thanks for calling.
Mr. Sandhu, we would like to offer you 10 cents a minute, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Now that's 10 cents a minute, 24 hours a day?
Yes, sir, that's right. 24 hours a day.
7 days a week?
That's right.
365 days a year?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm definitely interested in that. Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, we think so.
That's quite a sum of money.
Oh, yes, sir. It's amazing how it adds up.
So, will you send me the checks weekly, monthly, or just one big one at the end of the year for the full $52,560?
Excuse me?
You know, the 10 cents a minute.
What are you talking about?
You said you'd give me 10 cents a minute, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That comes to $144 a day, 1,008 a week, and $52,560 a year. I'm just interested in knowing how you'll be making payment.
Oh, no, sir. I didn't mean we'd be paying you. You pay us 10 cents a minute.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say you'd just give me 10 cents a minute? Are you sure this is AT&T?
Well, yes, sir. This is AT&T, but...
But nothing. How do you figure by saying that you'll give me 10 cents a minute, I'll give you 10 cents a minute? Is this some kind of subliminal marketing scheme? I've read about things like this on Fox, you know. Don't think you can use your alien brainwashing techniques on me.
No, sir. We are offering 10 cents a minute for...
There you go again. Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
Yes, Mr. Sandhu. Please hold. Mr. Sandhu,
Yeah?
I understand you're not quite understanding our 10 cents a minute program.
Is this AT&T?
Yes, sure. Yes, sir. It sure is.
Well, actually, I was waiting on someone to get back to me so that I could sign up for the plan.
Okay, no problem. I'll transfer you to the person who is helping you.
Thanks.
Mr. Sandhu, I understand you're interested in signing up for our plan?
No. But, do you have that friends and family thing? Because I'm an only child and I'd really like to have a little brother.
I am sick and tired of you getting mad at me and calling me names because you don't understand how I express myself. You know what? I like my hair short. I like wearing it like this. I like the clothes I wear, so I don't need you constantly picking on me about it. You've told me so many times to be confident and to be happy with myself. And you know what? This is how I feel confident. This is how I feel happy. This is how I express myself. And I get it. Okay? I understand. You're worried of how people will perceive you now because I dress like this and I cut my hair. But guess what? It literally doesn't matter. It only affects me. And guess what? I could give a flying bird about what those people think of me. I could not care less. And you know what? In the end, it's my choice. It's my body. I have autonomy over it. I get to wear what I like. I get to present myself whatever way I want. And if you can't accept that sometimes I like to dress like this and sometimes I like to express my ways differently than you, then I don't know why we're even having this conversation.
I've got no reason to fall asleep, and so the stars see the most of me. Well, I hope that they don't mind. And I miss seeing you face to face, but your voice says that it's okay. Well, it hurts to know you're right. And what do I have now? How is this supposed to all work out? Just say you won't miss out on our last goodbye. I'm not asking for the world, just wanna hold you tight. And all I'm breathing in is hope. That won't keep me afloat. And I've got no reason to stay awake, but you asked me to keep my place when my eyes are falling shut. And I'm just trying to do what's right, and I guess that means lose my mind, but I swear I'm doing fine. I lost the last good day and forgot to take it in, but now I give it all to just relive. So say you won't miss out on the last goodbye. I'm not asking for the world, just wanna hold you tight. And all I'm breathing in is hope. Just say you won't miss out on our last goodbye. I'm not asking for the world, just wanna hold you tight. And all I'm breathing in is hope. But that won't keep me afloat. I've got no reason to fall asleep, and so the stars see the most of